white, black, blue, I didn't have like anything.
The music has started. Oh dear God! I think that's gonna kill the frog. That frog can't possibly be alive still. No, he's fine. The frog is fine. At least it's not the one that has the fucking rocks.
It's Peach.
Yeah.
What's happening to our eyes?
I don't know. Alright, come on, guys. I don't know what's happening with her eyes, Derek. I really don't. I don't want to risk my purple Bikmin here. I think it's a Pokemon song. No! I know this song, though. Oh, it's a Kirby song! I don't know why it's Kirby.
My first match is pretty even. The guy I play against. My second match,
yeah. I guess one got crushed there. I don't know how.
So generally, for things like this, to decide who goes first, you just roll a die.
Understandable.
And like high roll gets the choice of going first or drawing first. Because like you don't draw on the first turn.
I guess 4 of them are dead now.
Or if you go first, you don't draw. If you go second, you get to draw.
Okay.
And so in Magic, the correct answer is always to go first. There's no time. It's that you want to go second.
Understandable.
That's just how Magic works. I knew my opponent was my first.
So unlike Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
So Yu-Gi-Oh's better.
No. That's not how that works. Is not how at all how that works.
I think it is.
So I thought, why can I still hear this? Turn the volume off. Like,
I don't know.
I can still hear me. Stop. Okay, there we go.
Man, Peach's eyes are fucked up.
Yeah, I know.
They really are.
So I knew something was
She's
that
dead.
My first clue my opponent was very inexperienced was he got the high roll and I was like, "Oh, you want to play first or draw first?" And he's like, I'm gonna draw first." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I like shuffle my deck, hand it to him. We cut each other's decks. I am like, "All right, you said draw first, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, draw first." And I was like, "All right, you said it." And
I mean, to be fair, I would want to do that for Cardians.
okay, but this is Magic, and this is Magic. And this is a Magic, and it's also limited play, where you're just working off of what you pulled.
I guess there's just no model for this.
There is objectively the correct answer is always go first.
Okay. Understandable.
Because it means that
it's like tic-tac-toe. If you want to win, go first.
It's because you'll always have until you miss a land drop, you'll always have a point where you're 1 mana ahead of them. Like on my turn, on my first turn, I play a land, I'm 1 land ahead. They play a land, they caught up. I play a land, I'm 1 land ahead. They play a land, they caught up.
Gotcha.
So, there's a little more to it than just that. But like that's a simplified version of why generally you should always want to go first, is because you want the lead. Having the extra card in your hand generally doesn't make as much of a difference because, usually the way a game of Magic flows, that card's not going to make the difference unless it's like, unless you needed that extra option. I don't know, but for limited, usually you want to go first. So that was my first clue. My second clue was, so I got I get my hand. I look at my hand. I have 2 lands.
Mm-hmm.
A creature that costs 3 mana.
Right.
2 creatures that cost 4 mana. One that costs 2.
Dot detector.
And then I forget what the other card was, but it wasn't something that he could deal. It wasn't something that was relevant.
I guess you don't care about that.
I didn't see.
Dot detector.
Oh.
This contraption seems to react when approach is trash. It will connect. I'll connect it to my gator. Processing complete. The dot gauge is now fully operational.
It's me.
You say it's you? Luigi's on there. I just noticed that.
Yeah.
It's subtle.
So
right.
my hand my hand is two lands, a creature that costs two mana, a creature that costs 3 mana, and 2 that costs 4 mana. And then one other thing that wasn't relevant. My first turn, I play land, pass. He plays a land, plays a card that says, your opponent reveals their hand, choose a creature or artifact from their hand, and they discard that card. So I'm like, alright, whatever. I know exactly what he's going to pick. I reveal my hand. The right answer is, he looks at my hand, sees I have 1 land in play, 1 land in my hand. There's only, with the situation he was given, there's only 1 card I'm going to, that he knows I will be able to play. And, so objectively, the right answer of the card to make me throw away is the 1 card that I will be able to play. Because unless it's very well possible that I would not draw any more lands for a while and just be stuck at 2 mana with 0 cards in play. He chose the 3 mana card, made me discard it, and I was like, I did not question it at all, despite knowing he made the complete wrong decision. And I wouldn't say I took advantage of him, but I certainly didn't help him when he made mistakes.
I mean, you could have just taken advantage of him. It was for an actual card, so like.
That's why I did. So my thought was, after the game is done, after the match is done, which I'll probably win.
Oh, that's a penis.
So
that's a penis on the fucking.
My thought was, after the match is done,
straight up penis.
I will happily tell him what he did wrong throughout the game, because he did a bunch of other things too that were just kind of wrong.
Right.
He made mistakes he made or whatever throughout it.
Right.
The first game I just swept him. He got stuck at 2 lands and couldn't do anything. The second game was very close for a while. The second game I almost cucked myself, but
I almost cucked myself.
So what happened is there's a point where for one thing, there's a point where I set his life.
Oh, I figured out what the beetle is here. It's that face they make with the finger gun, but it's like a curious looking face, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, that's what's on the beetle.
Okay.
I figured it out.
So basically, there's a point where I had card in play, where the short version is, at the beginning of my turn, it was I was going to sacrifice that card and make a 6/6 flying trample demon token. Which basically it was gonna make it like a decent sized creature that I can is hard to block and I can bash my opponent with.
Gotcha.
I wouldn't be able to use it on that turn. I would be able to use it the turn afterward. So so it spits that, I sacrifice the card, spit out the demon. I get that. He also fun thing about him. He also says if I at the beginning of my turn I have to sacrifice a creature. If I don't, he deals 6 damage to me. Which would have been very bad. Because you start with 20 life.
Understandable.
So I spit out the demon. I immediately, without thinking about it at all. Let me rephrase that. I thought about it, didn't think very hard about it. Without thinking about it, I play a card that says exile all non-legendary permanents. It's not counting lands. Or just Ruinous Blast is the card. Basically. So.
White Power Garden.
I play a field wipe that was going to. I play a field wipe that was going to exile all but one of his creatures, and I looked at my board and I thought I knew 2 of my creatures were safe. I thought when I played it, I was thinking the demon was also going to be safe, and then I play it and I'm like, all right, cool. I exile all my other stuff, and then he's like, you also got to get rid of the demon. And I looked down and I was like, you're right, I do. Huh.
You had to exile what?
The thing I just got into play.
Uh-huh.
I had to get rid of it.
Why?
Because I played the card that made me get rid of it.
Oh.
I hecked up. I was like, I had a plan. I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this, exile most of his board, a little bit of mine, but mostly his, and then next turn I'm just gonna bash him with this and end the game, and this duel is over.
This duel is over.
And then I look down and I'm like, oh wait, that's right. He goes away too.
Yeah. You didn't think that through.
No, I did not. And so I'm sitting there. I'm at 7 life. He has a creature that is a 6 power, 7 toughness. Also menace. What menace does is means it can only be blocked by 2 creatures. Gotcha. I have 2 creatures. One is a 7/6. One is a 1/3. That my opponent was at 12 life. I look down. I'm like, he
What's this music?
Let's see. Yeah. So he had so I look down and I'm like, I guess, or his creature was tapped too, so he couldn't block. And then I was like, I guess I still attack. I attack him, put him at 4 life. He passed him. He plays something. I don't remember what he played. He played something to get like. I think he got rid of my creature. No, I remember what happened. He attacks me. I remember exactly what happened. He attacks me, puts me at like 1. I'm at 1 life at this point. I think he like puts two creatures down to like block or something like that. So like he puts something down so like I won't be able to just like bash him and kill him next turn. Or maybe he just like destroyed my thing. I don't remember what he did. No, he didn't destroy it. And basically it got to a point where like if he had the right,
this is Jigglypuff.
It basically got to a point where
and Mario Kart.
I almost cucked myself. I almost like lost. It's very well possible I could have lost that if he drew the right card or had the right thing in his hand. And I very much did not deserve to win that game. I ended up drawing exactly the card I needed. Played a creature that had exactly 4 power, and he wasn't able to block. I couldn't attack till next turn because that's how Magic works. So I had to pass it to him again. He took his turn.
Kiwi butter.
He attacked, or he swings at me. I block and kill his boy. Because like I have to, so I don't die.
Yeah.
And then I was able to just barely beat him, but I didn't deserve that win. I should have lost after I didn't. I deserved to lose after not realizing I was going to kill my own thing.
Probably.
But
that's like the kind of mistake you make with me.
Also, the second game started the same way the first one did. I was like, all right, I won. Do you want to go first or draw first again? He's like, I'll draw first again. I was like, all right, you say so. I draw my hand, 2 lands, same set of creatures more or less. Play land, pass. He goes, plays land, plays the exact same card he played the first game. Looks at my hand. This time he gets rid of the right thing though. which helped him immensely, because if he didn't, I would have gotten much further.
Alright, well, next time on Speletons, everyone. Bye-bye.